Hello, and welcome to Friday's stream. I just got done with lunch. I've got my caffeine. I've got my hydration. I'm also in the midst of prepping some scratch-made pizza dough, so I might have to get up and down a few times. So I beg your pardon, should that happen? Um, because I forgot to do that earlier this morning. Whoops. Mm. But hey, tape player, welcome, welcome in. Nice to see you here so quick. Wow. um, yeah, I just sat down, got done with my lunch. I'm prepping some pizza dough, so I'll have to get up in like 15 minutes to like stir it and set it to rise. But otherwise, we're good. Um, I'm having to turn off my Lo-Fi Girl stream to listen to your stream, and surprise, it's still, yeah, it's still playing on my stream. Yep. I don't know of any other channels that specifically say that like all of it is free to use. I do want to find a fantasy stream, like music stream, because that'll get me more in the headspace. But I haven't researched other live streams yet, and but yeah, I have to have something on in the background, otherwise my ADHD gets the better of me. But yeah, welcome in. We got a lot of stuff done last stream. Um, in my ADHD kind of wandering about kind of way. So let's see if we can maybe get a little bit more focus in on today's. Actually, I need to open up my docs as well because I need to double. My husband also sent more notes that I have to look over. Hang on, let me get that up. He also had some notes yesterday. Well, some ideas yesterday that he told to me, and now I can't remember what they were. It was something about combat and like trying to make encounters that work in this sort of cozy kind of idea that I have. Oh wait, you don't need to see all that. You don't need to see all the memes we share back and forth to each other. Hang on, let me get to his notes. There they are. Alright, what did husband say? When facing encounters, beasts are 50-50 as this is supposed to be cozy and killing cute things is off. Yeah, fair. Demonic and Fae stuff could be hard since Fae stuff is supposed to be from Melora's dreams, which are good but also wild and controlled, potentially dangerous. Consider Fae danger being non-lethal or debilitating but not deadly. Sure, yeah, demonic or infernal creatures may not be something we want to explore right away. Yeah, probably not. I'm not going to be doing that. Aberrations and monstrosities are good, but only in dark environs. Could be part of the encroaching darkness plot we have going on with the corruption from the grave to the roots of Guldur. Oh, by the way, my players, don't watch this. I gotta put my spoiler stream for the VOD later on YouTube. If you're one of my players, don't watch this. I know I keep doing spoiler streams, but it's gonna happen because I'm building a game for you. So please, Nubia, Azalea, Evelyn, and Spore, don't watch this, okay? Please. We're almost there. We're not too far away from starting the game, and then you'll know all the things. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I just gotta make sure that they know not to watch that. I do put it in big caps on my YouTube channel too. Let's see. Say that with beasts, fighting until they run away is an option. Yeah, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. Some with certain larger... Oh my god, I can't read my husband's handwriting. Something creatures. I don't know. Cozy may involve... Reminding non-lethal solutions to facing dangers. Riddle style like old fairy tales. Ones where being creative is more common than hitting things with swords. More sentient animals is cozy too. Leftovers from Feywild. Collective swarm hive mind is neat, also opening up more encounters where enemies can be reasoned with. This is the bright side of Geldor overall, the overstory, the peaceful lands. Need to solidify tiefling backgrounds if using tiefling NPC. Yeah, okay. Alright, those are the notes that I have right now. Will I be recording or streaming my campaign when it starts? No. I will be recording it audio only, but as of right now, my players have asked that I do not post these things, because they're young, some of them are minors, and they just don't want to have to worry about the extra, pressure. There is pressure there. If you know there's going to be an audience, there's pressure. So, I don't want that for them either. Maybe as we go, and they get more comfortable, maybe I can start posting it audio only like a podcast. I'll probably be doing it on YouTube. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. But I will have the audio for myself and for us, which I'll be posting and sharing with them. So they have the chance if they want to share it with their friends or listen to it later, that kind of thing. But I've found that recording the audio helps me remember stuff because I am not Matt Mercer. That man has a steel trap for a mind. I don't know how he does it. I know it's his job, but like the things that he can like off the cuff from like 50, episodes or whatever ago, I ain't got that. I got other stuff going on that takes my attention. Bless him. I wish I had that talent, man. But yeah, I've recorded like just bits of my husband and I's game again, just so I have something to reference back to, and and it's a good memory building thing too, I think. So the audio quality at first might be shit because it's just on my phone. Maybe as we go, maybe I'll get some better audio equipment or something like that. Are there mics that just plug into your phone? Because I don't want to get crazy with it, but I would like something like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there right now. But, I mean, I will be telling stories like on the stream after, it'll be like Monday's stream, or maybe Sunday's stream. Maybe I'll start doing like special Sunday morning streams where I talk about what happened. Actually, I kind of like that idea. Yeah, so I probably will do that. That way it's fresh in my mind, and like I can like get some plans out from there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably do that. But that sounds cool. So that'll probably start after the first session, which is February 10th, I think. The second Saturday in February, whatever that is. Is it the 10th? I don't remember. I'll let you guys know. I'll put an announcement on the Discord, and you guys will know when that happens. That way we can do Sunday story stream, where I just talk about what happened, and we can bounce ideas off each other if I need help with how to move something or expand upon something that maybe the players are interested in, that kind of thing. So that'll be fun. I know not everybody will be available on Sundays, but, it'll be a VOD as well, just like everything else. So if you guys just watch it later on and then come into the Discord and be like, hey, I had some thoughts, and just let me know. That's my husband does that with sticky notes, so feel free. All the sticky notes. I should make that a channel in the Discord, sticky notes, where like specific thoughts for the game. I might do that. I might actually do that. That'd be funny. That's another like emote that I need, is a sticky note. Like, I have a note about your game, look at this message, that kind of thing. That'd be funny. Anyway, so I did the overview of the first session as I have it. So I think I have this this game timeline. This is the first time I've done something like this, where I'm trying to figure out level by level what they'll hit in the overarching story, because it helps me keep it in mind and like drop hints and stuff like that, because I get excited when I create, and I tend to like go off on any random tangent, and then I forget the main story of my games. I don't know if I'm the only person that does that, probably, but I do have a story that I would like to tell, and so I have to put it in level terms so I can keep track of my pacing, because that's another thing that can go all over the place in my games. So what I originally had was this here. Level up 2 in the first session, which I'm gonna do. Realize Juaneta's a hag by level 5. I swear to God, if I find out my players are watching this, I'll flip out. Face first of the Hag Sisters by 5. Track down first hag, or second hag before level 10. Follow trail from first hag to second by level 15, and then battle pissed off hag moms for level 20. So I'm gonna push that back a bit because me and my husband have some other ideas in regards to the overarching story. So I think the hags are going to be the up to level 10 story that we're going to tell. Then after that, we've been talking about the the grave, the underside of the celestial realm is slowly starting to leak into the grove, the garden, and therefore into Galdor. And I want to explore that story too. And my initial feeling toward that idea is, if you've watched, again, I'm gonna reference this, my old school favorite movies forever, The Never-Ending Story and The Nothing, which is the most terrifying thing that has ever existed in movies, because you can't defeat it, and it's so scary. I hate it. And I know they do defeat it, but it's different. I want to do something like that encroaching, impossible to define kind of scary thing that has some sort of ambiguous, weird name, which we'll figure out later. And then that will be the epic part of the story. I have so many robins in my yard now. Spring is coming, my goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna shift this stuff, yeah, okay, so level 5, and then we're gonna do 6, and then 8, and then 10, because I don't know what CR hags get to. Hang on, 5E hags. Do they get up to 10? I don't even know. I know a coven changes it. Oh, that's not it. Hang on. Okay, Night Hag is one of the bigger ones. That's a CR5. Okay. Green Hag is one of the lower ones. What's the big one? The Anise Hag. She's cool. There we go. Yeah, Green Hag is 3, and Anise Hag, okay, can be 8 if part of a coven. Okay, so I'm guessing these are going to be my 3 hag, or my 2 hags. So this is what Juaneta basically is. She'll probably be a little bit more powerful, but she'll have DM discretion powers basically. Then, you get up to 5 and you're fighting this bitch. And then Anise Hag, the big bitch. And then they have to go fight the other coven moms. Or something like that. Again, I haven't... It's later on, so I don't want to put too much thought into it, because God forbid, but it might happen where the players just aren't interested in that. It happens! And you gotta go with the story that they want to tell. And I totally get that. So... if that happens, that's great, but I don't want to put too much of my my mental planning into that at this moment, because I did tell them the general idea of the campaign and the general feel and the coziness and stuff like that. And there will be cozy, but there's going to be some serious stuff too, which I'll try to slowly introduce as we go. So again, they're going to level up to level 2 first session, and then I'm thinking, depending, I do milestone leveling, so I'll decide, in how well they're doing and when they get to 3, because that's when they get all their special stuff. So I want them to stay in 3 for a while to get them used to how their stuff works, and then building upon that. because in the games that they've played prior with the other DM in our little coffee club, he would simplify the rules, or he would use other game systems which were simplified for bigger crowds or bigger groups, which is totally fine. But they're not used to the full abilities of their classes. Because he had to simplify it for the amount of people. So I want them to get really comfortable in that. You know, keep them going with, you know, your good old-fashioned magical items. And then from there, we'll figure out how 4 and 5 come along. but they're going to stay in 3 for a while. And then everything will kick off by 5. Well, or 4. Let's do 4. 3 will be focused on getting them comfortable in what they want to do. There's also the idea that my husband brought up. Because this is a cozy game, but somebody might still want to go fuck some shit up, whether or not I want to basically do what Stardew Valley did and make an area specifically for them to go fight stuff in, like a big dungeon that like magically recreates itself. It's kind of like Dungeon of the Mad Mage, where it's just like, yep, you're going to go down and you come back up when you're ready. You know, you don't have to stay down there and figure out every single level, that kind of thing. So I might do something like that. And he brought up, oh god, hang on, my ADHD is showing in my doom piles. Begging your pardon. It was a full moon, so my witchy shit is out. Okay. Hang on. You go over there, I don't need you. Okay, where's my... There it is. So he brought up, here we go. Having a dungeon, very old school. Yeah, exactly. And they would give them more control over if they're feeling going out. Would make fights easier to plan. Exactly my idea. And they're going to be in a place that doesn't have a lot of resources, or they don't really have a shop until they find one. They won't have like really a lot of bartering because they're going to be cut off from the world for at least the first couple levels. So again, it's that old school like AD&D kind of thing where you went down into the dungeon specifically to get rich and get stuff because that other stuff wasn't available. And that's kind of what they're dealing with. There will be magic stuff all around, but there's going to be one specific spot that they can go to and delve. And the cool thing is, in this world that we're making, because technically the precursor race of this world was actually the Fae, the dungeons are going to get real weird. They're not going to be your classic wizard built a tower and put a bunch of monsters in. Like, they're just going to be a little topsy-turvy, a little weird, and I'm excited to holy crap, I have a stutter today. To design them is what I did that yesterday. I like I don't know, time to duel. All right. Jesus Christ. I got it. I'm okay. I don't know if I need less or more caffeine. I'm gonna switch to water. And spill it on myself. Come here. I'm having a day. Alright, we're good. So, my husband also brought up the idea that I could... Hi Azul! Welcome in! Good to see you. Glad to see you here. So... sorry, I lost my train of thought because I spilled water on myself. So he also brought up with the hex grid that I have, I have been procedurally generating, like, what's there, and he brought up maybe picking some things that I definitely want to be involved with the map itself, and just having it ready if I procedurally generate either something that matches it really well, or if what I roll isn't great, or if I just decide, hey, it's time that they find the dungeon or whatever. So I'll probably do that. I'm thinking the dungeon shouldn't be too far from where they are, because if every single one of these hexes is 6 miles, so 3 of them are a day's travel, basically. So having the dungeon be within a day's travel is probably a healthy amount, maybe 2 days, but I want them to be able to get back and forth relatively easily, so I'm thinking just 1 day, 1 day's travel. So I've got this kind of general feel in this bottom corner to decide where it goes. And again, I might not figure everything out with that right now, but that's the idea that we're going to go with once we get to the point where they're confident enough in their abilities. So, so I've got my general outlook. The Nothing arc starts after hags are dealt with. I'm just gonna call it the Nothing right now because that's what I've got. That's the reference I have. I need a big N. Big N. So... Oh my goodness. I do have one... Just one? I think so. Yeah, one or two, like actual combat encounters that could involve themselves in the first couple sessions. The second one is their choice, whether or not they want to go do that. I have to give them other stuff to do, though. Other stuff that they can look into and have fun with. There's gonna be, I don't have Xanathars. So, small town. I've gotten everybody kind of statted out there. I have general ideas for quests from each person, specifically. And then I have to... Okay, I have to... Oh boy, that's right, I wanted to... better organize my, Oh, wait, no. It was under locations. And then under Quick Spring. Okay, so I'll do this off camera because it'll be really boring for you guys to watch me set up pages for this. Yeah. I'll need to build out kind of arcing side stories for each NPC for like, because if you look at Palia, which is a cute MMO, a cozy MMO, or Stardew Valley or what have you, they all have like these arcs of a story for each NPC, and how close you get to that NPC and different things that happen. So I need to basically write that. Yeah, so that'll be something we'll figure out as we go. I won't worry about that too much right now because it's not going to be relevant for a long time. But right now it's just like fetch quests, which is kind of a bummer. Obviously that'll give them the opportunity to like go out and explore, which is like a big, thing for me, a big draw for my kind of gaming. I like exploration and role-playing are my two bigs. Combat is the last, and, not my biggest love of the game, personally. So, I have to figure out... So they're gonna have... they're gonna have a little cabin to themselves, which is fun. And then... once I gotta figure out how long I want them to be stuck in the valley, basically. And if it becomes something they're frustrated with, maybe I'll just wait till they get frustrated with it. I don't know. Or at least let me know that they're not digging it and want to go out and like trade. But there's always like the possibility of like a goblin trader or something that kind of hangs out and trades weird things. Because I know for a fact that these players like will latch on to any weirdo character, which is fantastic for me because I love making little weirdos. So, at some point introducing an NPC or several NPCs as this trade caravan will be very, very fun. Where was it? There was a... I don't remember where was. Maybe it was in the other book. Hang on. Whoops. Well, there goes one book. That's okay. I'll get it later. Don't need it right now. Critical. There's also forest encounters and forest locations. That could be useful. Non-combat encounters always useful as well. Notes in a bottle, hilarious. Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Hang on. Nope, nope, it went away. Okay, good. Oh God, sorry. I could have sworn. Nah, I guess not. There was a. Maybe I saw it on a website or something, but there was a cool table that I wanted to mess around with, but we won't worry about that right now. So yeah, I've got. So the only things I could do to fill out more of the direct world, I think I've got a pretty good spread of like what the first session is going to be. I guess I could figure out items that could be on offer, but again, I want the characters to kind of to at least hint as to what they would be interested in, and then I can like roll and decide whether or not something like that exists, where they're going to be. I don't. I've got encounters, I've got the travel, I've got the NPCs, yeah. So there's my hex. And maybe I'll eventually get like an adventure or a little side quest at least for each hex, which will be fun too. So for my players out there that have played in games and sat at tables, is there anything on a first session you definitely want told or explored in the world? Like what kind of things do you enjoy looking into and testing when you're first sitting down into a game? Like, would you have like more description? Should I have more cool areas for them to look at? Should I have more non-combat encounters? Should I have more opportunities to roleplay? I feel like I've gotten a good couple, but I don't know if maybe there's something I'm missing. I don't get to do first sessions a lot, which is, you know, kind of a good thing, I guess. But and I also have to write my flashback scenes, which I will get to eventually. Again, I will do that off stream. And I mean, if you guys are interested, once I get them all written, I might like read them to you if you're interested. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that I need to plan for the first couple sessions. I've got the overarching story. So and I'll organize all this later. So, alright. Here's what I'll do. Hi, Crafty Kaiju! Welcome in! Good to see you! For first session, I love having a small scenario for each character that shows off their strengths. That's an excellent idea. That is an excellent idea. Crafty, how's your writing going? Hopefully it's not completely decimating your brain power. Okay, so show off their strength. Okay. So let's see, what scenarios do I have already? So the Ranger is going to be very useful throughout the whole thing in trying to find places to hunt or to rest or things like that. So I think there's kind of... Work has been a lot this week, so not much time for writing. Ah, bummer. It happens, man. It's just... Yeah, it gets in the way sometimes of the things we really want to do. I've got... So, if the rogue wants to be sneaky, they'll be in the city for at least one night. Uh, if they want to do pickpocketing, which I have random tables for. So, but I should have specific scenarios. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just worried that they might not bite the hook, because they're gonna have to get used to the way like my games are run, rather than kind of railroading them and stuff. I'm not expecting them to be like, no, there's nothing I want to do necessarily, but a lot of them are shy and new to this, so I don't want to do anything. Um, so we've got the discovery. Let's see. So something for the warlock would be interesting. She's very charming, so if they want to go shopping, that would be useful. um, hmm, that's harder than I thought it would be. the yeah, I need to show their strength somehow. So she's got magic. I've got sneaky. I've got ranger stuff, survival, that kind of thing, and I've got my rogue. No, I already said sneaky. The other one, sorry. Huh. My rogue, ranger, warlock, and my wizard. My warlock, yeah, that's right. That's one I didn't read. Sorry. Damn, that's hard. Hang on. I have their... My husband is rewriting their character sheets for me, because I think I mentioned this before, but I got these kind of custom character sheets, which are very cute and very pretty, and they're made to look more like they're actually written, but they don't include all of the information. They don't have a place for your saving throws, for instance. And there's a couple other things that they don't have on them, and I was very confused when we were like sitting down, and I only discovered this as we were making their characters, and I'm just like, where's the... What? Huh? Why? How did you miss that? I know there's a lot of information to keep track of on these sheets, but damn. So he's taking his nice handwriting and he is doing that for me. Alright. You will either have pretty sheets or useful information. You can only choose one. That seems to be the case. There was the same artist that did these. I don't remember their name. I gave them money for this, and because I really like the designs. But they had another one that was like all like strawberries and bunnies. It was really cottagecore and cute, and that's the one I wanted to use. But it was so busy that I couldn't tell where the information was like 60% of the time. So I was just like staring at it for too long, and I'm like, they're never gonna be able to find this information. Like they're new. Like again, I'm gonna stress this. They're relatively new to D&D in its full force as a system. So I need to not make it more complicated than it needs to be. So that's where they're at with that. Okay, there's you. Okay. Luckily Evelyn already has hers set. Good. Alright, and then Nubia is the last one to get written in, which we will use. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I've got... I don't know if it's necessarily scenarios that I'm going to focus on their strengths, but I should focus on their temptations. Hi, Hoyle! Hoylepa! We're just going right, once again, we're going over my, plans for the first session. I am trying to kind of, flesh it out and give them something that is interesting for each of them. So, I've got Nubia, who likes shinies. Hoy, gotcha, Hoy. She likes shiny. She likes magic stuff. She likes um, let's see, what else did she write in here? Ancient stuff. She doesn't like to be interrupted. Tries to be serious when she casts spells. Holy sounds like crying in German. Hoyle. Oh, no, I don't want you to do that. No crying. There's no crying in baseball. Oh, you don't get that reference. I'm sorry. Alright, so we've got the wizard, who's interested in shinies and magic items, like every wizard would be. Evelyn, who's probably going to be interested in fae stuff, or probably helping people that were in a similar situation to her as children, which would be an interesting thing. Spore. Spore is a kind of a weird little guy, basically. He has a wife, we just discovered. That his player created a wife for him that he left behind, which is adorable. And then he's looking to bring wealth back for his tribe, basically. And then Azalea is interested in druidic things and maybe animals, that kind of thing. She's trying to find her mom, so she's looking for clues in regards to that. So, oh yeah, and she's a quarterling. She's not a halfling, we've discovered, so she's really tall for a halfling. She's like half human or something. I have to ask her player still whether or not what half is what, and which parent was that half. It's an interesting situation. But okay, cool. Also, I'm going to a Ren Fair tomorrow. I don't know if I half dwarf. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to a Ren Fair tomorrow, so I'm very excited for that. Even though it's gonna be a bit warm tomorrow, but that's all right. And I'll have my first beer in a whole month. I'm so happy. I miss beer. I did dry January just because, trying, the fitness, and I'm not gonna go crazy, but my god, do I miss beer. I love beer. So, excited for tomorrow. And maybe I'll come back with some more cool stuff and I'll show you guys if I, buy anything super cool. But, yes, I'm gonna just dress up as like a really lazy witch. I'm just gonna top the hat off and a skirt and like a peasant top, and that's it. So, okay. So let's focus on each person here. So, let's do something in the city for each of them. Does the party know each other before the first session? Nope. They all are going to meet each other, and in the room where they're going to be given the details of the job. I might surprise them with this, and I hope it's not a bad surprise, but I want to set expectations for how I want my game to continue. So it's going to be basically each of them coming into Hollow Hill, this city within a cave, and they're going to... It's not railroading if I need it to start the damn, situation, but they all came there, they all came to Hollow Hill, they found a job, and it's the same job, and that's how they meet. Meet in a tavern. I'm super basic, I don't care. Maybe I'll challenge myself to not meet in a tavern one of these days, but hey, tropes are tropes for a reason. So they're going to be brought to a side room at the inn, where they're told to inquire about the job, and they're going to be sit down, and I'm just going to be like, cool, you describe your character, and I'll point to each of them and give descriptions after the initial sit down, and hopefully some roleplay comes out of that. If not, the person that is responsible for the job will come in and maybe more role-playing from there. And, any questions, that kind of stuff. Hopefully some character conversation happens, and they introduce themselves. I might have to kind of push and be like, hey, do you guys like introduce yourselves to each other because you're kind of technically co-workers now? Please, God, just like get into character. Yet, with such a start, you could give them a letter of introduction. Uh, a letter of introduction. That's true. That's interesting. Um, that's an interesting thought. I don't know if I've ever done something like that. What? My cat is staring at me. What are you doing? Oh neat, a bar is a good place to show off everybody's skills. Strong characters can arm wrestle, get in the scrap, rogue can pickpocket or eavesdrop, holy person can try to convert people. Yeah. I have a wizard, a warlock, a rogue, and a ranger. So the ranger's gonna be a little outside of her normal situation, but the fish out of water thing could be interesting. Maybe I'll have like a shop, like a cat that lives at the inn, or a dog or something for them to talk to, or that kind of thing, which would be fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that actually. Hang on. Alright, so the Merry Dragon Inn is one of the premier inns of Hollow Hill. Large three-storied structure with a strange curvature to it as it's carved into the very wall of the cave. Points of warm light shining out over the other roofs of Hollow Hill. Entering, you are greeted with a lively scene. People drink and eat heartily, sing, dance, and laugh. The day is now waning down tonight. Ranger has traveled far and wide. You could have someone telling tell tales that are inaccurate. That's interesting. Let's see. Okay, so the character introduction should be here. Okay. In the bar, there are half a dozen tenders slinging drinks and food. You watch. Oh, I have an idea. You watch as basically a noble something allies for help by sending him untrustworthy personnel. So you could ask the players, why would a noble trust you enough to send you to his friend and ally under his name? Unfortunately, none of these people have any reason to be connected to nobles. I've got a ranger who's living in the woods. I've got a goblin who lives in the woods. I've got a warlock who hates the system, basically, and then I've got a wizard who is literally brand new to the world. Because they're a Gynosphinx. Then they're the first free Gynosphinx in history. So none of those people have any reason to be attached at this moment to nobility. Maybe one day, but that's something that I would build up to. That is an interesting idea, though, and that I might steal that for like a future campaign of like what connections you all have to nobility that makes you trustworthy. That's a great idea. But they are starting out as level 1. They are little better than, guys, I need deplorables with skills. Yeah, like a Suicide Squad kind of game kind of sounds dope. Not the cozy vibes that I'm going for in this particular story, but maybe if someday we explore the planes of this world and there's another basically planet elsewhere in the cosmology where that like people are a little bit more serious and a little bit more of a dystopia, then maybe I could mess with something like that, because that sounds fun. Even just a Suicide Squad one-shot, that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. I'll keep that in my back pocket for if I need to run a one-shot ever, because that sounds awesome. They were sent by a druid. Well, I've got the ranger is searching for druids. Interestingly, but they're all here for chasing leads or needing money, basically. So it's nothing too serious right now, and it's just on a job board. Most of them come from the woods. One comes from the desert. You watch as a particularly inebriated customer is dragged from the premises. Premises. How do I? There it is. Sorry, Premises. Premise. Nope. Most come from the woods. One comes from behind the woods. Yeah. How did I forget how to? Premises. Jesus Christ. That's not how you spell. Fuck it. I know what I mean. From a very from the premises by a very large mastiff hound. Okay. Who deposits the customer outside and trots back in to a cheer and a treat from one of the bartenders. Always fun. Have a dog. Alright, Alright. When told you're here for the job, she gets curious looks in her eyes and nods. These are not going to be read out. This is mostly notes for me. Just kind of like the general vibe I'm kind of going for. I usually do bullet points, but I went a little bit more detailed this time around. I probably won't even like reference these notes most of the time. Okay. Let's see. All right. Hush. My cat is screaming. I'm sorry. Okay, so yes, you decide. So, let's see. What do I... So, magic is pretty widely used in this world. That's been pretty decided and figured out. So, maybe for my wizard... Again, I don't want to get too... Okay. Let's see. Let me do Nubia, Evelyn, Azalea, and Spore. So I need something in the tavern, basically, that draws each of their eyes. Just something else that they can either choose to interact with or not. So, Nubia, you see... let's see. There's either somebody trying to cast a spell and not doing a very good job at it. Okay. Or they're trying to sell magical trinkets. Okay, yeah, I think I'll do like you know, you want to buy a sundial kind of thing. You see a gentleman walking to various tables and whispering to patrons. You spot wait here as he opens his large cloak. You spot he has a collection of odd magical implements. They're all going to be bogus, and hopefully she can figure that out. Okay. Alright, alright. Then I've got my warlock. You spot a child in the kitchen running... No, here, hang on. Running food and bussing tables. You recognize the look in their eyes, one of hunger and effort. One of hunger and not desperation. One of exhaustion and determination. You see them swipe left behind food from a plate and shove it into their mouth. Oops, mouth. If magic is widely used, why should a wizard's 10 years of education gamble by being an adventurer? Let's cast magic tricks to warm the room. As a butler, a bard helps his songs, woodworkers, clerics, walking daily around the field and bless the land. It's always better to show than to talk about the basics of the world you DM. I agree, and I've explained to my players these general ideas already. In this game, there are 3 types of magic. They're not all the same. There is ceremonial magic. That's your wizards. Those are your magics that you study. There's your folk magic, which is the general magic of the, if you must call it that, the peasantry. They have like their personal house, you know, kind of spells, you know, the stuff that cleans the plates and that kind of thing. And then you have tribalistic magic, which is born from ancestor worship or ancestor, you know, bloodline, passed down through word of mouth over many, many, many years into tribes. So the reason that wizards exist is because that's basically magical college. If somebody is so inspired by the other quote unquote more basic magics, and they want to continue learning, they can go to basically an academy and learn wizardry. That's kind of the difference of each. So, and again, just like college, it's a choice. If you're not interested and you want to just get better at folk magic, you can definitely do that. But there are things out there that only wizards can do, thus your wizard spell list and things like that. So that's the general idea of the magic system in this world, particularly. And in this world, like, there's also adventuring is just something that people like to do, because it's interesting. You know, some people, I'm pretty sure if some of us had the option to become adventurers and it was widely enough available, I think we'd all kind of look to that. So, so being an adventurer is maybe for somebody, sorry, that is not so good at the books, but they still want to be good at something and want to discover things, and you don't have to find a book to do that. You can go out and find a dungeon or whatever, that kind of thing. Okay. Spot okay, the druid. Okay. Or the ranger who's interested in druidry. Let's see. You spot one of the bartenders take hold of a wooden goblet, and as they pass it to their customer. Vines and flowers grow from the wood of grow from the stem of it. You recognize the flowers as hibiscus, a popular flower to add to fruity drinks. The stem of it is what I meant. Okay. Yeah. And then Spore. Spore's a little hard because they're a little tribalistic goblinoid from the woods. But they're also a rogue, so I could give them somebody drunk. You spot a patron almost completely asleep on the bar. Here. At the corner of the bar. Their coin pouch. Oops. Coin pouch hanging from their belt, unguarded. Alright. Okay, so that'll give them each something to do in the bar before they actually meet their contact, basically, for the job. So then we've got them offered a little side quest from the bartender themselves before their meeting. Then you get character introductions, and hopefully some conversation, hopefully. Then they meet their... Actually, I'm gonna get rid of that because that's too much of a clue there. They'll figure it out on their own. So then the conversation with the person giving the job, answers to questions that I have there. Then after all the questions are answered, she tells them to meet her in the morning at her warehouse close to the city gate. They will have about an hour to prepare before they head out tomorrow. So they have the rest of the night and the next morning, at least a bit, before they have to head out. So that'll allow them, a point of, if they need to meet anybody. I have one NPC already. If they want to... Hang on, where did I put him? I gotta remember where I put him. Nope. I don't remember where I put him. I know I pinned his picture, but I don't remember where I put his information. Is he in here? No. There he is. No. I lost him. Shit. The little dwarf nerd. I got... Alright, I'll find him again and put him where he needs to be in the NPCs. I gotta organize all this anyway, so I'm not too worried about that right now. If you have ever a character who can talk to trees, it will be fun if they talk to a village tree. Why do you guys leave me alive? You cut down my family, my friends, and even my children, mutilating them, then build your houses out of there. Have I not suffered enough? Well, in normal games, probably, but here in Galdor, this is kind of... I'm not going to say a utopia, but it is a world that is specifically made by the Wild Mother, the nature goddess. So that would simply not happen for that reason, A. And B, Hollow Hill is actually inside of a cave. So there's not really a lot of trees to talk to. Maybe some mushrooms, that kind of thing. But that is, I will probably have a tree give him sass for something at some point. I don't know if any of them have access to that spell quite yet. Can't remember. But that is very funny. A lot of good shenanigans can come out of talking to trees, plants, animals, that kind of stuff, and I'm excited because I have at least one, if not two players that are going to start looking into that. So that'll be fun, just to come up with NPCs on the fly, that kind of thing. Because that's my favorite part, is just plant angst. Yes, emo plant. Okay. No, you go back there. Okay. So that'll give each of them something that'll catch their eye and they can interact with in the bar if they want. Then they get their job. Then they have their preparation time so they can go to... I really wish I remembered where I saved that guy. I know I saved him somewhere. I really can't remember. Was it locations? Hollow Hill? Here we go, New Compass Outfitters. There we go. Jackin' Phantom Fortune. Veil Scribe. There he is. Okay. For the adventure inclined. Okay, fantastic. So, hang on, where is he? Let me put his picture in here so I don't forget. Here we go. A lot of my, here we go. There's our boy. Credit to Makiko. Makiko.art at artstation.com. Very cool. Thank you for... I'm not making money off of this. This is a reference only. This is for me and my players. Because sometimes I suck at description. So I need a picture to be like, okay, he looks like this. And then we go off of that. Druid, plant what you have seen. What have you seen? Nothing, I have no eyes. Yeah, always doing that. It's like, how dare you? Sassy plants and animals are great. Alright, so... I'm not gonna fill out, like, the store, like, inventory or anything. Because, again, I need my players to roleplay and ask for things. So that's what they're actually going to have to go up to him and ask. Oh, I am working on pizza crust right now, and I have to go turn it and set it to rise. So give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and stuff too. I will, not 10 minutes, so like 5 minutes. It won't take me that long. But I will be right back. Yeah, stretch, drink some water. Go to the bathroom too. Be right back. Okay. Alright, pizza crust is rising. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, let's see, I've got my locations. I've got... Oh, hang on. Go back here. Then I've got... I'm gonna put Quick Spring a little bit higher on the list because that makes sense. Then, in order of appearance, basically. Okay. So Quick Spring, though it doesn't technically have enough people in it to have a lot of businesses, I'm still going to add, there is one group of people that has like basically their business, or what is going to be their business, and that's the inn. It's not really an inn. It's just like an extra room in somebody's house, basically. So just so I have that set aside. I'll do my NPCs later again. So, okay. So we've got... Why is that weird space there? I don't like that. There we go. Alright. Yeah, a guest room, exactly. Because there's not enough people visiting to warrant an actual inn yet. We'll get there. So, I've got... You go down there. Okay. Let's see, what else can we decide about this world while we're waiting on the game to officially start? Because I assume, once I start this campaign, it's going to... The stream is going to be focused a lot on the campaign itself and building out stuff from there. The world building will absolutely still be part of it, but it'll come from, like, inspiration that happens during the game. So it's not going to be so much. Maybe we'll do, like, World Building Wednesday, and that's when we do our actual, like, we're going to sit down and focus on these things that maybe came up in the last stream. So, like, Sundays are the story stream where I talk about what happened, then Monday we plan for what happened, Wednesday we do more world building inspired by things that happened in the last session, and then Friday we do whatever. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's see. So I've got the general magic system. I've got at least a couple... Hang on, let me get mine. I guess I can start to figure out the government structure of Galdor. What information do I need for that, really? I don't know if I've ever really built a government structure for one of my worlds before. Usually I just take it from stuff that already exists. I rarely... I should do it more often, but I rarely meet... or have the players meet rulers, because a lot of my general games are more about sticking it to the man, if you will. This place doesn't really have as bad of a governmental situation, so there's not necessarily yet anything to stick it to, so to speak. But ideas for adventure. A silver was found in a near mine. Now a dragon has settled down so that the silver comes to his hoard. The noble gives the party the quest to get rid of the dragon before he loses his status as a noble. That's interesting. I might actually do something like that later on. Again, they're going to a place that has no city structure. This is just the starting city. And then they're going to move on to a new steading. This game is about building up a place into a community and eventually a town / city, village, whatever you want to call it. So it's... nobility is not going to come into play anytime soon. Maybe eventually, yes. But for at least the first, like, 5, 6 levels, there's not going to be an opportunity for that because they're going to be trapped in this place. Not in a violent way, but in a, oh, there was a cave collapse in the only known entry or exit into this valley, so either we have to dig ourselves out, which will take months of time, or we have to find another exit or entryway through the mountains, which will also take months of time. So nobility does not yet have a place, but we can definitely have them later on in the game, and it will be... because it'll be interesting because they are dealing with the Fae. If they're approached by a noble that was fucked over by this particular hag or whatever, and they're just like, if you get rid of her, I will give you, you know, whatever titles or land or whatever. But for now, we're not really... we don't have a place for nobility. So I need a name for the capital of Arcadia. Right here. So it's gonna be right here. It's a little bit big. There we go. So, capital. Sure. Arcadia is already the name of the continent, or the nation that they're in, not the continent. This is all kind of one big thing. Arcadia is already there. So let's see. Ferg. Ferg. Wow. Beko. Does that mean something in German too? Hoi. Lusa something. What people live there? All kinds. So the the actual ruler is a queen. We'll figure out her details in a minute. But she's a queen that's kind of like the childlike empress from The Neverending Story, if you've ever seen that movie. But she's not a kid. She's an actual adult queen woman, and she's cool, and, you know, and she's actually a good queen. And she's kind of like a little bit ethereal. Maybe she has some Fae blood in her. So I'm guess there's going to be a lot of Fae influence in this game. There always is in my games. I love the Fae. So I'm thinking of this being a very Seelie Fae kind of area. So it's very bright and beautiful, and like there's gardens that are like impossibly huge and growing these plants that don't exist anywhere else, that kind of thing. So something having to do with nature, because Arcadia, this nation, this is basically the Fertile Crescent of this world. This Arcadia is the first place that was ever settled from the precursor race, which was Fae, that were taken out eventually. She could also be a vampire in disguise. The Moon Empress sounds cool as a title. Potentially, but I'm going another direction with the vibes of this world. She's actually, like... she is ethereal, but she's ethereal in that Fae way, less in the vampire way. But I will mess with vampires too, because I love vampires and werewolves and stuff. But, sweet, Zagos. Baxfield. No. The Moon Empress could be relevant to another place that's run by Selûne. My worlds are more dark in tone, so sorry, not sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm specifically making this world so it's not dark, because the other game that these players are playing in, on like the same days that we're going to be, I'll be running a game, and then the other GM is going to be running a game. His is really, really dark and sad, and I took a step back from that game because I don't like games like that. I don't like playing or running dark games. So I took a step back and went, hey, what if I instead ran a game beforehand for a smaller group of people that is literally like happy, shiny, cozy. Like it's literally based off of Stardew Valley and like Palia, if you know that game, and like Minecraft a little bit. It's literally meant to be super, super happy happy kind of place. And though there will be still heroics, but it's like that fairy tale that kind of thing. Yes, My Little Pony, exactly. That kind of stuff. They found plenty to do, even though it was super happy and happy-go-lucky. I have run games in My Little Pony. A Taurus. A Taurus. That sounds cool. Oh, pony. Nope. So something that... Here, hang on. Let me go... Word hippo. So, let's see. So I have viridescent, which is... So if I take... Oh, dear. Nature. Let's take nature and then build off of there. Group together, uninhabited. No. Wilderness, backwoods, outback. One's behavior. No, I don't want physical stature. Natural. Let's go natural. Native, wild, uncultivated, untamed, wild. In the grim darkness yeah, in the future only ponies survive. My Little Pony 40K. Don't get me started because my husband loves when people draw like ponies in like Space Marine armor. He loves that stuff. he plays guard, so he loves messing with people. Wilding. Feral, ferocious, uncultivated. What's the... Is it vertive? Is that the word? No, not... Vertive. No. What's the word? There's a word that starts with V that means, like, really... I call that a fur heretic, absolutely. That's what me and my husband are. 1000%. He's happy to do it. He's probably watching in the future, so say hi. There's a word that starts with V, and it means like overflowing with life. And like it's escaping me right now. Verdant. That's the word. Wait. Vitality is also, but verdant. Verdant. How do you spell it? Oh, not verdant. That ain't right. Verdant. How do you spell that freaking word? My words are like... I don't know if I'm reading too much or not enough. Verdant. There it is. Jesus Christ. I don't know what is going on with my brain lately. I need a vacation. Verdant. Okay, here we go. That is the word I was looking for. How do you say that? Gramineous? Graminaceous. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so let's take that word. I like graminaceous or gramneous. Gramneous. Oh, that's cool. You think too much of your husband. I disagree, actually. I don't think about my husband enough. Graminious. Graminor. Graminor? Graminor. Galdor Graminor. Does that sound... That sounds kind of evil. Viridescent. Yeah, the Viridescent Valley I already have. So, lavish. Gramneous. Gramdale. You don't think of your husband enough, that's your fault? No, I just can't. There's no way I could think of my husband too much. When you've been together 17 years, it's kind of hard not to think about that person 24/7. Verdurous. I don't like that one. Okay. Graminor? The Great Kingdom of Graminor. I don't know why that's not hitting. Maybe... Ooh. This is hard. Viridor. Virid. Virid? Virid.
Virid.
Virid. The Kingdom of Virid? That sounds kind of cool. Kingdom of Virid. Viridor? I don't know why I'm obsessed with putting OR on the end of things. It just feels right when you're naming cities. Because ham means hamlet, like it's meant to be small. So Virheim? That's kind of cool, but it doesn't follow the naming conventions that I've already set up. Maybe I'll have more Germanic names elsewhere. Virland. Virland. Virdo. No. Viron? No, that sounds space-like, doesn't it? Virfia? Virwood. Virville. Virby. No. Virmore. Virmore? That sounds a little bit more fantasy. Hang on. Let me see it on the map, and that will tell me if I like it or not. Virmore. I don't like it. Nope, that doesn't... I already have a Veer. Voldemort. Yeah, nope, I don't want to do that. I also have a big Harry Potter fan in my group, so I don't want them to end up like calling it Voldemort. The city of Voldemort, the city of Townsville. Verdurous. Luxuriant, rich, rampant, teeming, blooming. I like Gramneus. Graminor. Graminor. I'm gonna... Hang on. Once again, I gotta look at it in the text. Graminor. Gramnor? Gramonor? Why aren't any of these hitting? Naming things is so hard. It is the hardest part of DMing for me. Except combat. It is so hard to name things. Because you're just like, I have a vibe. I have a thing that I want to communicate in the name of a thing. And then her queen Luna Cecilia Voldemort III. It's so hard. Veerdale. No, don't like that. Oh my god. Flourishing. Luxuriant. Overgrown. No, I don't want... Not overgrown. Ooh! This is so hard. What about green? I mean, it's kind of... Names are easy if you have... If I have the right trick. What's your trick? Because I've done like this kind of stuff where I look at a word and I try to base it off the word. I also like go to Google Translate and like translate the word I'm thinking of into another language, and that will become sometimes a city name. But because of the naming conventions that I have already in Arcadia, Aberdeen, Farwater, Viridescent Valley, Hollow Hill, these are all English-based names, so I can't do the translation thing. They're kind of like English naming conventions, so I've got to kind of go off of that. Abundant. Bounteous. Plenteous. Plenteous, that's a terrible word. Voluminous. Opulent. Myriad. Luxuriant. Ooh, teeming. No. Inexhaustible, considerable, boundless, lavish. Lavador. Lavender. I just named it Lavender. The town of Lavender. Doesn't fecund mean, like, shit? I think it does. Capable of producing an abundance of offspring. Interesting. Oh, rich, affluent. I thought... Oh, interesting. I thought it had something to do with shit. Fertile. What?
Fructiferous.
Fructiferous. That's an amazing word. Fructiferous. Jungly grown. This is so cornucopian? No, it isn't cornucopia like a meme now, something about the Mandela effect. Most names of cities are connected to the geographic or the history, like Alexandria, created by Alexander the Great, or Berlin, which was named of the noble living there, which flag was a red bear. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to go with something that has to do with life, because if this is the Fertile Crescent, this is where life began. I need something that kind of communicates that it's teeming with life. Abundant. Virile. That's like woo-woo kind of stuff. Charitable, liberal. Spring. Something spring or spring something. But it also has to be, it has to sound relatively grand, because I think this kingdom is going to be really grand and beautiful. So it needs to be something really, birth spring. So, birthplace. Homeland, Mother, God Zone. What? That sounds like a video game. Whenua. What is this? Whenua. Country of geographic where... The Kingdom of Whenua. What a cool... Is that how you say it?
Wenue.
Whenua. Whenue. Whenue sounds cool as hell! Okay, gotcha. Cool, thank you, Word Hippo. Whenue. The Kingdom of Whenue. I really like the way that sounds. I might have to change the spelling around. Whenue. Makes me think of Elanwe from the Black Cauldron. Whenue. Yeah. The Kingdom of Whenue. I like that. That's cool. Alright. Okay, so with that location, let us add that to our list. So, the Kingdom of... Well, it just should be Whenue, because the kingdom is the whole of it. Whenue. How did I spell it? E-A. E-A. Whenue. Okay. Capital city of... Oops. Of Arcadia. Okay, that's great. Alright, so we need a queen, don't we? So, let's see. Do they have queen names on this? Probably not. No. Noble names? Nope. Okay. Okay, those are... Okay, hang on, let me go over to my Game Master. Oop. Why? Pinterest has been driving me insane. I don't know why. It hasn't been loading right so often, but it is driving me nuts. There we go. So, let's see. Earthy girl names. Queen Lunaria. That's going back to your moon idea. Hoi? Sorry. Clementine. Caspia. Queen Caspia is good too. Linnea. Emberlyn. Petal. Daphne. Rosemary. Estelle. I think I'll go... I mean, Queen Caspia sounds... cool as hell. Home of Queen Caspia of... Queen Canada sounds like a rock band, yeah. Queen Canada. Oh, my cats are being so bad right now. What are you doing? I think he's chasing a bug or something. Queen Caspia of the Verdant Throne. There we go, we got throne. We got the Verdant in there, that's where I was going for. Queen Caspria of the Verdant Throne. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Okay. I hope I'm not stealing that from anything and it's just something I picked up from a book or something, but it might be, I don't know. Queen Canada of the Verdant Throne. The Verdant Throne, yeah. Alright, so what does our queenie look like? Now, I've got some NPCs like chosen, but I don't know if I have anybody that's like quite as ethereal as what I'm thinking of. We are Queen Canada. Let's see. That's... Where's my Fey board? It's in here somewhere. There it is. Let's see. So, most of these are like pixie-like, which is not what I'm going for exactly, but she should be Fey in that kind of strange but beautiful way. Oh, what if I do her? She's great. Oh, I like her. She's pretty too. Oh, like the clouds in her hair? Oh, maybe she's like a Genasi. How cool would that be? Okay, alright, okay. The ADHD, hang on, hyperfixation time. Okay. Whoa. I'm gonna fall. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, so hang on, let me go to my NPCs. Okay. Queen Caspia of the Verdant Throne. Whoops, throne. I keep wanting to put the wrong throne, and I don't know why. Just fucking yeeting shit. Okay, so I love these ideas of like the sky in her hair. So she has. This is really becoming My Little Pony. We need a hyperfix now. Yeah, straight 1000%. All right. So what if? Okay. So, because this is a fantasy world, people can actually be chosen to rule by the gods. They can, because the gods can go, that one, that's the one we want to rule. Or they can make a ruler that is perfect for the job. So, what if that's what Queen Caspia is? Princess Celestia is a human. Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what's happening here, but... And maybe I'm just blatantly ripping off My Little Pony, but that's fine. I'm chill with it. That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna rewatch that show in preparation for this game. So I love these cool women with the crazy hair of like flowers and oh, look how cool that is. This one really struck me, and this one too. Like, ooh, that looks like Luna. Oh my god. That's like a moon princess. We'll park that. I need a picture that kind of, it encompasses all parts of nature. Because I'm thinking if she was made by Melora, but basically, to serve, she would kind of be this, this amalgamation of all of these elements at once, because Melora would want all of them represented. And that includes, like, the dark side of nature, too, because there is, I mean, nature's gnarly when you get down to it, but a woman that shows all of that at once. And that's, I know I'm asking a lot for a picture on Pinterest, but that one's really pretty. Ooh, she's got like stars and What are those flowers? Hydrangeas? No, not hydrangeas. No. Are they? Those clump flowers. Those are supposed to be a witchy flower anyway. I think those are hydrangeas. Those are a witchy flower. Those were actually, those beautiful ball flowers, which I think are hydrangeas, and now I'm doubting myself. But they were actually in Victorian times. Because flower language was a big thing in Victorian England and stuff, hydrangeas basically meant no. They meant if you sent somebody hydrangeas, it was saying no to their request, but in a very polite kind of Victorian kind of way. So they were sent most often to suitors, to male suitors from the women that they were professing marriage to. And that was the no thank you. So nowadays and throughout history, hydrangeas were seen as this like this this flower that only mean women or spinsters would grow, because of course society had to demonize a woman for having a choice. So now like women are like taking hydrangeas and planting them all over their yards because it's basically saying no, fuck off, which amazing. But okay. I think I'm gonna go with her, because I think that's the best one I'm gonna get. And this is like her in her full glory kind of thing, how she shows up to court and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, that's not the one. It's this one. Okay. And I'm gonna take and credit to the artist, because this is not mine. Who's this person? Credit to this artist, Curly Witch. And I'm totally gonna follow her now, because she's very cool. What is happening? I am logged in. Fuck off. Curly Witch is the artist of this. I am not making any money off of this. I am simply using this as a beautiful, beautiful reference for an NPC in my game. And this will not be, you know, widely spread or anything. But, and again, I want to reiterate to anyone watching in the future or now, any artists that come across this, if I use your art and you don't want it used even in like this private way, please tell me. Please tell me. I will immediately take it down. I am not that kind of person to like use that stuff. I will always try to credit the artists when and if the credit is available, but it is hard on Pinterest sometimes, I know. So I will do my best to credit anyone that has art that I use, because that is very important to me, and I do not believe in stealing art or anything like that, but know that I am not profiting off this art at all. I am using it as a later reference for my descriptions in my games. That is it. And I'm not going to be selling anything or anything like that. My players are just very visual people, and I can be sometimes bad at description, so I generally have a picture that I reference back to. So that's for, you know, now in the future, just so anybody that's artistically inclined or otherwise, or if the artists ever come across my stuff, I want them to know that that's important to me, and I will no longer use your art if that's what you want. So that's just a blanket statement for now and for forever, basically. Luckily, this one had the credit attached to it, which is nice. So Curly Witch, beautiful, beautiful work. Please support the artist. Go buy something from her. I mean, buy something from her shop or something. But yeah. Okay, so that's our Queen Caspia. Love her. So she's now, hang on. I should have the World of Galdor. I need Arcadia itself is the nation, so I don't think I need a page specifically for Arcadia. I'm just gonna build out cities, so it'll be just I will go now have fun. Okay, thank you for so much for stopping by, Hoya. You have a great day. Thank you for all of your suggestions. I really appreciate it. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. So, Wenue. Put you... Well, yeah, that's fine. Alright, now... We need reference for the city itself. There we go. Ooh, that's a nice one. So something that has just as much green to it, basically, as it does have like castles and architecture and stuff. This is cool, being built out of a dragon. A little dark for what I'm going for. Maybe another nation has something like that, but not quite what I'm going for. God, these are beautiful. Wow. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna save that over there, just for reference for maybe something else. That's very pretty. Wow. I know it's supposed to be like an overgrown city, like left abandoned or something, but that's just kind of pretty, and it's close to what I'm thinking of. Oh, that's really beautiful. The stairs going down into the water is very interesting. Also, if anybody is really good at spotting AI and I accidentally use AI, please tell me. I just want to be aware of it, because sometimes I can tell, like, sometimes it has special, like, certain things that you can pick out, but sometimes I can't fucking tell. And I don't mind using it, like, for the reasons I'm using it here, for reference and things like that, but I don't want to have to hunt down the person that made it when a computer made it, you know? So, like, reference for this, ooh. Reference for the game, AI is pretty good for. I try not to use too much of it, though. Look at that. Let's see. Wow, these trees are crazy. Okay, here we go. Okay. The stained glass here is beautiful. But yeah, I try not to rely on AI too much. If it's already made and somebody's already done the algorithm thing and it matches kind of what I'm going for, then I'll use it, but I'm not going to go out and use more when I could use an actual artist's work for something like that. Oh, these are so pretty. What a bunny! Oh no, that's a Melora statue. That's very pretty. Okay, I'm getting distracted. God damn it, Pinterest, why do you do this to me? Alright, so that's way smaller than I'm thinking, because that's like a hamlet that just happens to have a castle next to it. I need something... That's pretty good, that's pretty good. I need something with some grandeur to it. A lot of these are based in reality. I want to just kind of turn it a little away from reality. That's a good one. That's... The structure is a little bit too gothic for me on that one, though it is beautiful. Not what I'm thinking of. I need something more organic. Something that looks like it was grown just as much as it's built. Again, I know I might be asking a lot for Pinterest to just eventually come up to, but Pinterest has, you know... Oh. Oh. Big damn tree. That's really cool. Oh, 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 oh. That's pretty dope. Wow. Hang on. My cats are being silly. That's really pretty. Ooh, that's even better. Okay, so Alex Pirian from ArtStation. This is incredible. Hang on, let me see if I can get a bigger version of this. Wow, that's gorgeous. I'm... Oh my god. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Just imagine like more residential areas. But like the top here, like this is where like she resides, and then like... Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna... That's the one. That's the one. Wow. So, again, credit to... Wow. Where is it? Alex Pirion. I wonder what this is. For Spinomial? Spinominal. I don't know what that's for, but this does not belong to me in any way, but my goodness, is it beautiful, and I'm gonna use it as reference. So... There we go. Ooh, I love that. Trees all the way down. Alright. Okay. Go. Alright, so we've got the vibe of the city. Amazing work by Alex. Fantastic, fantastic work. Alright, whoop. Did I lose my... Oh, I did. I accidentally closed my page. Hang on, hang on. Okay, I'll bring it back. Did not mean to do that. Yep, that one. Okay, here we go. Alright, so that's... Oop, hang on. Locations. Wenue. Alright. So, I don't know if I need to go quite down the rabbit hole of fully writing... Where did that book go? There it is. Fully writing, like, how the government works and everything, because, again, I don't think it's going to be relevant anytime soon. But... So, I've got forms of government figured out. I mean, it's a queen. At least here in Arcadia. We'll worry about other places later. But it's... Is it a theocracy? I think... Okay, hang on. Theocracy... If... It might be a whole new thing if it's, like, actually... Oh, no, theocracy is religious authority. I mean, it is kind of, if they were God... If they were made by God, basically. Think of, like, the queen as, like, Gandalf, if he was told to rule Middle-earth, which probably meant, like, things would have worked out better, but, you know. But, I think I guess it's a theocracy, but not really, because, like, I want it to be... I think she's the ruler, she's the godhead, literally. She's like the Pope, if you want to talk about that, but she actually has connection to God. But below her are people in, like, some sort of, collective that come to her representing each, like, nation and each people and stuff like that. So it's kind of like this theocracy, democracy thingy, I guess. Given the ability to vote in elections. In a direct democracy, the majority rule of every individual. Okay. There's monarchy, but I don't think she's, like, having heirs. I think she's, like, actually immortal, like the childlike empress. Definitely not an oligarchy. Aristocracy, no. Tribalism, communalism. Communalism, yeah. Form the basis of religion. So I guess... Community to which they belong, be it one based on profession or solely on geographic location. Fractious society where each of these autonomous groups tries to interact, live, and survive. This is not to imply there is no central leadership. There are instances where councils formed of representatives from each of the common communities come together and try to work towards a common good. Perhaps this community has elected a strong central leader who is adept at managing the different factions and is moving the whole society toward better circumstances. Even with a strong leader, this is a society with so many working pieces that there's ample opportunity to place your party in a position to make friends and enemies that will further drive your story. Okay. That's interesting. So, like, she's a theocracy, technically, but below that, everything is communalism. Merit-based, the first minister, the faces of many. So, yeah. I guess that's basically what it would be. I guess that type of government may not actually technically exist, which is fine. That's why it's a fantasy world. So we'll go. Excuse me. We'll go with theocracy and communalism, basically. All right. So. Alright, so my throat just gave out, so that's my body's warning me to stop talking or not going to be able to talk for the weekend. So I'm going to call it here. I'm going to feed my cats and see to my rising bread, pizza crust. But thank you, everybody that stopped by. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to drink your water. Go out, play pretend sometime this weekend. I'm going to go and do that at the Ren Fair tomorrow. I'm going to be a witch all day. A drunk witch, specifically. But I hope you all have a great day and great weekend. I will see you guys Monday. We're coming closer and closer to the start of the actual campaign, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous, but I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you next week. Okay, have a good one. Bye.